The Donetsk People's Republic may be largely under Russian control, but the fight there is far from over. Front lines shift day by day, Ukrainian counterattacks test weak spots, and Russia answers with relentless strikes. Each bombing run and glide bomb isn't just about holding territory, it's about crushing Ukraine's forces, cutting off their supplies, and proving that Moscow's grip on Donetsk will not loosen. The FAB bombs were responsible for these explosions. We'll be sharing some of the videos we obtained to show just how powerful these explosions are, so stay tuned. The latest incident was recorded on August 23rd by the Russian Ministry of Defense Telegram channel. Russian forces executed a massive combined strike in the Donetsk People's Republic. The assault involved FAB 500 and FAB 3000 bombs, joined by Iskander missiles and Garand drones. The bombs targeted temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian forces, and the results were catastrophic. According to Russian reports, the strike destroyed 4 multiple-launch rocket systems, 3 tanks, 7 reconnaissance vehicles, and 22 armored fighting vehicles. Nearly 20 trucks and motor vehicles were reduced to smoldering shells. Even more devastating, 4 electronic warfare stations, an ammunition depot, and a command post were eliminated in the blast. Entire fortified positions were reduced to rubble in moments, and the loss of manpower reached into the hundreds. For Ukraine, the strike was a stark reminder of how quickly a single wave of glide bombs could erase weeks of preparation and deployment. Still, in the Donetsk People's Republic region, the Russian Aerospace Force hit the armed forces of Ukraine, 5th Separate Assault Brigade's temporary deployment area near Konstantinovka by an FAB 3000 with a unified gliding and correction module. Beside that, an FAB 500 hit a temporary deployment area of the 4th Separate Rapid Response Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine close to Belitskoye. Why is Russia still attacking this region when we know that most of this region is controlled by Russia? Russia keeps striking in the Donetsk People's Republic, even though most of the region is already under its control. The front lines there are still shifting. Ukraine keeps launching counterattacks, and Moscow uses these strikes to crush Ukrainian forces, disrupt supply lines, and make sure it doesn't lose its grip on the area. Thus, the conflict consists of active fighting and shifting fronts, with Russia conducting offensive and defensive attacks in territories it holds and contested zones to bolster its position and prevent Ukrainian gains. To understand why this strike was so effective, we need to look closer at the weapons involved. This isn't the first time we've brought up FAB bombs, to be honest. Still, it's worth a quick refresher on what it's all about. FAB stands for Fugasnaya Aviationная Bomba, or High Explosive Aerial Bomb. The number attached to it refers to its weight in kilograms. The most widely used is the FAB 500, which carries around 300 kilograms of high explosives, enough to flatten fortified positions or reduce an armored convoy to burning metal. Larger variants like the FAB 1500 and the monstrous FAB 3000s can obliterate bunkers, warehouses, and entire troop deployments with one strike. Ukraine's primary struggle lies in the nature of the weapon itself. To stop a glide bomb, one must either shoot down the launching aircraft or intercept the bomb mid-flight. But Russian Su-34 and Su-35 aircraft can release FAB 500s from 40 to 70 kilometers away, beyond the reach of most Ukrainian air defenses positioned at the front. Even when Ukraine does have interceptors in range, the sheer number of bombs makes it impossible to stop them all. Western allies have promised advanced systems and even F-16 fighter jets, which could theoretically help intercept Russian bombers before they release their payloads. Yet delivery and training delays mean Ukraine does not yet have the tools in place to counter the FAB threat effectively. Until it does, Russian glide bombs will continue to devastate troop concentrations, armored brigades, and fortified positions with ruthless efficiency. Apart from the Donetsk People's Republic, several other regions of Ukraine were also not spared from FAB bomb attacks. On the morning of August 22nd, in an old building covered by dense trees, several large explosions were seen coming from this building. It turned out that the explosions were caused by Fab 500 bomb with Unified Gliding and Correction Module hit a temporary deployment area of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 3rd East Special Operations Forces Regiment in a forested area near Staraya Guta in Sumy region. On the same day, in a location near Mirnograd, Artyomovka, and Dvorochanskoye, black smoke was seen like a cloud that was gathering due to an explosion. The explosion was caused by the Russian aerospace forces carrying out strikes using Fab 3000 and Fab 500 aerial bombs with the Unified Gliding and Correction Module and Ka-39 missiles. In the depths of enemy defenses, the following were destroyed: a temporary deployment area of the 15th Operational Assignment Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine, a UAV command post of the Armed Forces of Ukraine 153rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, as well as a temporary deployment area of the Armed Forces of Ukraine 3rd Heavy Mechanized Brigade. A day earlier, Russian MOD captured footage that showed Russian aerospace forces destroying temporary deployment areas and UAV depot of Armed Forces of Ukraine. Just like the previous incident, once again, the explosion caused by the glide bomb presented a terrifying sight. Coordinated reconnaissance operations have resulted in detecting a temporary deployment area and a UAV depot of the Armed Forces of Ukraine 24th Separate Mechanized Brigade near Konstantinovka in the Donetsk People's Republic, and a temporary deployment area of the Armed Forces of Ukraine 144th Separate Mechanized Brigade close to Gremyak in Chernigov region. The command of the Russian aerospace forces decided to launch airstrikes against the detected enemy objects using Fab 3000 and Fab 500 aerial bombs. As a result of airstrikes, objective control means confirming the destruction of the enemy temporary deployment areas and UAV depot. So, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.